He says he doesn't know Tijuana jail, but we'll look it up. If it's simple, we'll play it. Turn your mic on, if you don't mind. Hello. Howdy. All right.
As soon as my old computer warms up, I'm ready to rock and roll. Did you guys go on vacation for a minute?
Yeah.
Good. I thought so. Let's see. Today's 11/16. Come on, computer. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Dr. Steve, I hope you're better.
All right. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Dr. Steve, I hope you're better at prostate screenings than you are at radio screenings, you son of a bitch.
You see? Your stupid minds. Stupid.
If you just read the bio for Dr. Steve, host of Weird Medicine on Sirius XM 103 and made popular by two really comedy shows, Opie and Anthony and Ron and Fez, you would have thought that this guy was a bit of, a clown.
Why can't you give me the respect that I'm entitled to?
I've got diphtheria crushing my esophagus. I've got Ebola virus dripping from my nose. I've got the leprosy of the heart valve, exacerbating my incredible woes. I want to take my brain out and blast it with the wave, an ultrasonic, echographic, and a pulsating shave. I want a magic pill for all my ailments, the health equivalent of Citizen Kane. And if I don't get it now in the tablet, I think I'm doomed and I'll have to go insane. I want a requiem for my disease, so I'm paging Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve.
From the world-famous Cardiff Electric Network studios in beautiful downtown OJ City, it's Weird Medicine, the first and still only uncensored medical show in the history of broadcast radio. Now a podcast. I'm Dr. Steve with my little pal, Dr. Scott. Traditional Chinese medicine provider, gives me street cred, the wacko alternative medicine assholes. Hello, Dr. Scott.
Hey, Dr. Steve.
This is a show for people who never listen to a medical show on the radio or the internet. If you got a question you're embarrassed to take to your regular medical provider, or if you can't find an answer anywhere else, give us a call, 347-766-4323. That's 347-POOHEAD. It's also Dip Poohead, but it doesn't really make much sense. But follow us on Twitter at Weird Medicine or at DrScottWM and visit our website at drsteve.com. for podcasts, medical news, and stuff you can buy. Most importantly, we are not your medical providers. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Don't act on anything you hear on this show without talking it over with your healthcare provider. So, Dr. Scott, we still have tons of DabbleDice.
No way.
Yep.
Is that still, you still have some of those
Well,
left?
we sold one box. We're selling them at cost. I'm not making any money off. I don't want to make any money off of this stuff. But, yeah, it's the game of beer, disequilibrium, and livers. And it's a fictional game. Any resemblance to people living or dead is completely accidental. Collect beers sent by your fans, but watch out. You're unsteady on your feet, and drinking is bad for your liver. It's a fun party game. And they're $3.50 each because that's my cost. And you can get them at stuff.drsteve.com.
A great stocking stuffer for the kids.
That's right. Yes, it's, you can't beat it. So check out roadie.drsteve.com for the Roadie robotic tuner. And very soon, NP Mel B will be coming in with her triumphant appearance on the guitar after having learned guitar from scratch with the Roadie coach. So finally, we gave one to Carissa and then she left. And we gave one to somebody else, and I don't remember who it even was now, and they never showed up.
Mel B, you gave one to.
Oh, maybe it was Mel. Oh, no, you're right. It was Mel B, and she couldn't do it. Well, she got sick.
Well, yeah. Well,
they took her thyroid out, and then she had an MI and all kinds of crazy stuff.
She had a couple good.
She's a mess.
So who's going to have?
It's Diane, right?
Okay, yeah, you said Mel B.
Yeah, I did say Mel B, but it's actually right. It's Lady Diagnosis.
Right on, yeah, because you gave it to her just a month or so ago.
Yeah,
maybe 2 months.
Well, it's been 6 weeks since we recorded last.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, we've been very naughty. And
unbelievable.
Now, look at this. This is coming in on... Okay, that's Stacey's phone coming in on my computer.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's been 6 weeks. Lots have been going on, and some I can talk about, some I can't. One thing I do want to talk about is Normal World is no more. So all the... and it's really sad... long story what happened there, but just suffice it to say they got canceled. Dave is still trying to figure out what he's going to do. I will follow that man to the ends of the earth. And he's in Skankfest right now. And Amanda Davidson, who's in our chat room at youtube.com/@weirdmedicine, she's in the waiting room. She's one of the queens of the fluid family, is at Skankfest right now. And she said he killed, which he always does.
Oh, fine. So where's Skankfest?
I don't know, Denver or so. I don't know where they're doing it this year. Just you can Google it, I guess. It won't help anybody now because they'll be seeing this after the fact. But
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, Skankfest is Louis. Oh my God, I'm having a senior moment. Louis Gomez's thing, and they have Legion of Skanks. It's a very popular podcast, and they've turned it into a whole thing. They make their living doing this stuff. So
oh wow,
it's pretty cool. Yeah,
cool.
Bunch of stand-ups, and they put on this festival. It's like their version of Hackamania, but Skankfest is much bigger than Hackamania. All right,
cool.
So that's very sad about Normal World, but I never felt that they quite got the support that they deserved. A show that's that polished and that excellent with Dave Landau and people like Derek Richards and Matt McClowry, and it was done in a studio with professional equipment and professional people doing it, and they would get 35,000 views on YouTube. It doesn't make sense. I'm quite sure they were shadow banned by YouTube because of their, their libertarian views. They're not really, I wouldn't say they're right wing. They're libertarian, and or whatever they are, but they're not mainstream, YouTube views.
Oh, okay.
So I think they got shadow banned. That's the only explanation I could see when you have channels that are infinitely less polished and less objectively and subjectively good, getting hundreds of thousands of views. It didn't make sense. And so anyway, I will miss it though. Getting to be the psychiatrist interviewing all the movie serial killers like Carrie and Pinhead. Pinhead just made one pun after another. I got to do a spit take.
I think you played that for us one day.
I said,
was pretty good.
Yeah, I said, what do you think is, and I had the Weird Medicine Cup. This was my idea. They just gave me the script. But I was talking to Pinhead, and I said, what do you think about a woman replacing you in the movies? And he said, oh, I don't mind it. I nailed her. And I did a spit take.
That was a pretty good bit, I got to give
Yeah,
you.
it was pretty good.
How funny.
So, all right, be watching for questions in the chat room, a.k.a. the waiting room, coming from the people in the waiting room, a.k.a. the Fluid family. If you want to join the Fluid family, just go to youtube.com/@weirdmedicine and click the notification button and subscribe button, and also click the join button. You don't have to join. It's 99 cents. Every once in a while I put member material out there that they get to see first. But click accept gifted subscriptions, and every once in a while Myrtle or a couple other people, I think McRibs has done it before, will gift a bunch of subscriptions. You might get a free one. You get some member benefits. So, okie doke. Main thing is you get a very cool emoji that you can use in the chat room, supposedly. I don't know. Anyway, all right, Dr. Scott, you got anything?
Nope.
Oh, gee, why do I ask? All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Of course. Here we go with this bullshit.
Number two.
Hey, Dr. Steve, it's Matt in Charleston.
Hey, Matt.
And Christy.
Hey, Christy.
And Papa. And we're watching football. And the topic of Q collars came up.
Okay.
The Q collar is supposed to reduce concussions. And I'm wondering what you think about the Q collar. Is it effective? What's it doing? And what else do you know about it?
Yep.
All right. Thanks. See you.
Do you have any opinions about this Q collar business? I have some information about it, but you're the sports guy.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to see the science behind it.
Okay, well, I have some of the science.
Let's hear the science, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
So, for people that don't know what a Q collar is, it basically is the reason that people and I'm going to read this study where they did on high school students because it's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, here we go.
Good.
Let me see. I'm on call. Do
How
I
are
need
you?
to get this? Oh no. Oh, here we go. Big Joe, you're on Weird Medicine.
Oh, I am.
Yep. Say hi to all your fans.
Well, howdy.
Howdy do. Can I call you later?
Yes.
Do you have a medical question for us?
No.
All right.
Thank you, Lord.
Well, you're a good one. All right, thanks. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. It's not a medical question. That is a faith-based question, my friend. All right. So what they found is that when kids get hammered, or adults too, the helmet really doesn't help keeping their brain from getting sloshed around.
Right.
That's where the injuries come from. So these Q collars apply pressure to the jugular vein returning blood from the brain, right, to the heart. So if it's returning it and you put pressure to it, you're going to get pressure backed up into the brain. It increases the pressure around the brain, and it supposedly prevents it from getting knocked around
From
as
shaking
much.
as much inside.
Correct.
Gotcha. So
it
there's
just
more fluid
prevents
volume inside.
sloshing because there's more fluid volume in the brain,
Right, well,
or in the brain cavity.
Right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So there is some data on these Q collars that shows that they can reduce microstructural changes, and then I'm going to read an article about it. Studies have not proven they prevent concussion. They don't do that, or serious injury. Now, there was one study found that 77% of athletes who wore the collar showed no significant brain changes, while 73% of those who didn't showed changes. So, so it's a 4% improvement.
Okay.
In absolute reduction. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the FDA authorized them but did not approve them,
Okay.
if that makes sense. They said, yeah, you can use them, but we're not approving them.
Right.
And they said that the device obviously should not replace other protective gear and that its effectiveness in preventing concussion is not proven. So what it appears to do more than anything, FDA, let me see. I just said that. Some experts and media experts have raised concerns about the Q-Collar's data, citing potential flaws in studies and overstatement of the benefits and marketing materials, which could lead to a false sense of security.
Yes.
So if you go to their website, they will, you say, oh, we've got 30 different studies and all this kind of stuff. So, but if you have 30 different studies, one of the things that you can do is do a meta-analysis. So that's been done, but that's not the study I want to talk about. The meta-analysis we'll talk about in just a second. But this is a study they did in high school students. This is why I want to read this, because this to me is horrifying.
Okay.
They said that cumulative effects of repetitive subclinical head impacts, in other words, non-concussion head impacts, may result in chronic white matter changes and possibly neurodegenerative sequelae, meaning down the road you may have degeneration of nerves in your brain later, that may have later. In this pilot study, we investigated the longitudinal white matter changes over the course of 2 consecutive high school football seasons and explored the long-term effects of jugular vein compression collar. Now we know why they were looking at that. So they assigned them into collar and non-collar groups. And it said, let me see, despite comparable exposure to repetitive head impacts, in other words, both groups had about the same head impacts, significant reductions in mean axial and radio diffusivity were identified. Okay, we'll talk about what that is in a minute. In season 1, in multiple white matter regions in the non-collar group, but not in the collar group. So these are very small white matter changes that they saw on an MRI.
Okay.
Okay, so after an 8 to 9 month long off season, these changes observed in the non-collar group partially and significantly reversed.
Good.
But also remained different from baseline.
Okay.
In season 2, trend level white matter alterations in the non-collar group were found, but located in different regions than in season 1. And the white matter integrity in the collar group remained unchanged throughout the 4 time points. So they're saying, now this was a pilot study, of one high school team over 2 seasons, but they said, that might indicate potential effect on the collar on ameliorating changes against repetitive head impacts. But these are all microscopic changes in people's brains. Mm-hmm. But these are high school students, and they're doing MRIs on them on the non-collar group, and they've all got changes in their brain. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, maybe it doesn't do anything to them long term, but it's terrifying to me.
It is terrifying. And the thing to remember, too, is it's not just football players. You get similar head injuries in soccer players.
Yeah, well, they're not bashing into each other. They're not supposed to touch each other, but it happens.
But with soccer ball, when they had
yes. I remember I played soccer, and there was one coming down from the sky. Yeah.
It'll ring your bell.
And I finally just went to hell with it. I'm not doing this with my head, and I hit it with my hand and got a turnover.
It's interesting how it's blood. It'd be nice if they could somehow. Well, I don't know. I think I've always erred on the side of very, very conservative when it comes to heads and any kind of head injury.
Well, what are we going to do about it? You can't. We're not outlawing Friday night football.
Right. Right. Well, and
we're not going to switch to flag football.
Well, and I think that's what the doctors or the healthcare providers have to step in and help the parents realize that the odds on that kid being a professional athlete are pretty slim.
Correct.
And
yeah.
and let me and
God,
one step,
don't get me started on
one
this.
step further, the odds of them being a professional athlete tomorrow are 0.
Correct.
But you can sure as shit ruin it today.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ruin it today.
Ooh.
You can stop it right. If you ruin yourself today, you
Give
got no
thyself
chance
a bell.
in 4 years or 8 years to be a professional.
Yeah.
I mean, quit doing this stupid stuff. It's a high school game, and there's not a single soul on earth that's going to remember who won this game or
Right.
what you did in this game in 5 years, or 10 years, or 20
Well,
years.
unless it's the championship game and you ran it at the last
I
minute
ran
for
all
the
the way back for a
and then
touchdown.
those poor people peak right then and there, and that's it
then,
for them.
And that's the end of their story.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
That's Uncle Rico,
right? And that's okay.
From
that is, Napoleon Dynamite.
From Napoleon Dynamite.
And that's
I
okay,
bet I
too.
could throw that football over that mountain. Yeah. Poor old Uncle Rico. That's all he can think about.
Oh God, what a great movie!
It is one of the greatest movies ever made. Yeah, so the Q collar was inspired by the observation that woodpeckers don't get brain injuries from repetitive hits. In fact, that's not true. If you look at woodpecker brains, they do get damage from it, but not as much as you would think. Researchers developed a collar that restricts blood flow of blood from the head in the theory that slightly more blood in the head would give the brain a, quote, extra layer of cushioning, protecting it from effects associated with repetitive subconcussive hit impacts. And that statement's from the October FDA summary of its decision, which is apparently far more measured than their previous one. They listed the limitations of the Q collar. It said it's not been demonstrated to prevent long-term cognitive function deficits, and the ultimate impact on clinical outcomes have not been evaluated. Well, of course, we don't have enough data on this, so how would we know?
No.
So you can't demonstrate that. So I don't fault them for that. And it says data do not demonstrate device can prevent concussion or serious brain injury. Well, they're not talking about that either. They're talking about subconcussive injuries. Because, if you get a concussion, we already know your brain is sloshed around.
Yes.
It's already it's a done deal.
Yep.
But the FDA summary cited probable benefits and outweighs the probable risks. And, false sense of protection, they cited that again. So, anyway.
You know what I like? I like those big extra cushion helmets they have on that some of the guys wear.
Yep.
Then they have the option to wear in college and pros. And
Do
high
those
schools.
have data that show improved
Oh, I don't
outcomes?
know. I don't know. I don't know if they do or not, but I like those for even if they don't help. I think carrying around something extra on your head makes you less likely to use your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I could look up the data, I'm sure, but I don't even know what it's called. That's some kind of special helmet.
Here, Kai Brancaccio says another study showed that athletes that were sleeping during the game had 99% less injuries. I think that's probably true. Anyway.
Well, I don't think it doesn't sound like it hurts them.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah.
But there's another important fluid in the brain that also helps with the protective
cerebrospinal.
CSF, yeah. So
cerebrospinal fluid. Yep. So you want to be well hydrated, right?
I'd start there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to this because we're not going to stop Friday night high school football. It's not happening.
No.
So how can we
come up with some better
prevent? Now most of the high school football players that I know, like my buddy Dan Stevenson, who runs the alumni department at Christ School up in Asheville, he was a high school football player, totally fine. And they're saying most of the people don't have any changes. 73% of the people that didn't wear the collar didn't have any white matter changes. Right?
Yep.
So 24% did, though. Is that right? No, 27%. What am I? Boo.
I can't do math this early in the morning. I've been shoveling shit for 2 days.
It's because you're an idiot.
Anyway, all right. Okay, so that's what I've got on that. You got anything else on?
No, I think at least they're trying to come
injuries.
with some solutions, which is
Okay.
anything's better than zero.
I always thought that for neck injuries and stuff, and maybe for head injuries, that how when you get in a wreck, the seatbelt will catch. It's got a ratchet in there, so that if you pull it hard,
right.
What if they had something going from the shoulder to the neck, and it would allow you to move your head? But if you had an impact,
they do. Yeah, NASCAR uses it, in fact, and the reason they use it is because exactly what you said. When Dale Earnhardt wrecked in Daytona and died, what killed him was when he hit the wall, his seatbelt stopped him, but his head went out.
Yeah,
like an
the
accordion.
Head kept going. Yeah,
and when it came back, it axial loading, so it popped to C1.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, that's what killed him. So it's called a Hans, H-A-N-S, Hans device.
Well, why don't they use that in football?
Well, because that's not the problem with them. It's not their shoulders getting separated from their head so much.
Okay,
most of the trauma in football is going to be from direct blow. We're in racing, and like you were saying, but in NASCAR,
it's jerking of the head.
But I think a lot of people don't appreciate the part of the reason why our spines are curved is exactly for that. So if you get hit on top of the head,
it distributes the load.
Distributes the load. You have a natural built-in spring system.
Because if it was straight,
if it was completely straight,
there'd be no play.
No, if somebody hits you on top of the head and your spine was straight, it would explode.
Yeah,
then you'd be dead instantly.
Yeah,
but so what you're saying is that, and that's
Dr. Scott.
Well,
it's the bell.
It's hard to believe, but finally they figured out something like that to help those NASCAR guys.
They sell them at Amazon.
Yeah.
Here's Hans
device. Yep.
Hans 3, Hans 4. Quite simply, head restraints save racers' lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
It keeps your.
So what it does is your seatbelt's likely to do its job, stop your body from moving forward. The head restraint will do its job and stop your head from whipping forward. Wow, that's exactly what you said.
It just keeps your head approximated to your torso.
How do you know this shit?
Hell, I don't know. I know a bunch of worthless stuff. A bunch of worthless stuff. Hanging around Dr. Steve all these years. Wow. That's how I know it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, good job.
Cool stuff, huh?
All right. You ready for another one?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. I don't know what this is.
Hey, Dr. Steve. It's been 2 months since I had the Inspire implant placed in my chest, and it's wonderful. Now, I don't have cable TV, so I never heard of this device. My friends tell me it's on TV as a commercial all the time. So I mentioned it to my doctor, and he said, well, let's go through the requirements. And the first is your BMI has to be below 35. No problem for me.
Okay.
Then I had to have a scope, put it back in my throat, through my nose, back in my throat, to see if the structure was going to be compatible to the Inspire implant, I passed that. Then I had to go under anesthesia so they could take a scope and go even deeper, and to make sure, again, the structure of my throat was suitable.
Yep.
And it was. So I had the surgery done, no problems. The only issue was that for the first 4 to 5 weeks, I was told not to pick up anything heavier than 4 pounds.
Right.
Not to throw a baseball or do anything with my right arm. Be a lefty as much as possible. And I was true to that. I hated the CPAP machine. This is so much easier.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the Inspire device, it's an implanted device. It's FDA approved for moderate to severe sleep apnea. And if you can't tolerate the CPAP machine, which I don't understand, I love mine. I have BiPAP, but I can't sleep without it. But it's got a generator in it. It's like a pacemaker.
It's a pacemaker, yeah.
And leads that are surgically implanted. So they put the generator under the skin, and then they connect these leads to it.
And it looks, and I'll tell you, it's like it would be exactly on the opposite side of a pacemaker.
Yeah.
So it's in your chest wall.
Right.
And it's just a little bit smaller than a pacemaker. So it looks exactly like a pacemaker.
Right.
See it, yeah.
Can they charge it through the skin now?
Yeah.
And
they turn it on and off like at night.
Well, no, I know that, but there was it used to be that when the battery ran out, they'd have to take it out.
Yes.
But now they may be able to charge it. Yeah. But anyway, it doesn't use a lot of electricity.
No.
But
and only at night.
Yeah. The one lead monitors the breathing, and the other one stimulates this thing called the hypoglossal nerve, and that controls the tongue and airway muscles. So when you breathe, it sends an impulse to the nerve. The airway muscles contract and keep the airway open. I wonder what that feels like.
Well, and it stimulates your tongue to become more rigid. So it doesn't,
right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. The hypoglossal nerve controls the tongue
I'll
and
say
the airway
simple
muscles.
terms.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes your tongue a little more rigid, so it doesn't get flaccid and fall back over your
Correct.
over your airway.
And just like was it Mike?
Feels,
Was it Mike that
they
called
said it feels like you got a tinge unit on your tongue at night?
Oh yeah, see that would drive me crazy though.
I'm crazy enough.
But you got to have moderate to severe obstructive sleep apnea, and it's got to be people who can't get benefit from their CPAP.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right. You got to have a BMI of under 35.
Yeah.
And you've got to be over 18. There is some indications for younger patients who have trisomy 21, a.k.a. Down syndrome. And you have to have failed standard treatment. So it's minimally invasive, but it is usually performed under general anesthesia.
Yeah. And they can be kind of sore after the surgery.
Yeah, it says it takes 30 days to heal, and then they turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
The battery is designed to last 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it says here the battery must be replaced through another simple outpatient procedure. So they probably open, I don't know. It might be in the thing itself, and they just open up one part of it, pop the battery out, and put a new one in.
Yeah.
What are these batteries that they're using that last 11 years?
I don't know. I don't think I want to know. Some kind of crazy lithium, I guess.
I guess.
I don't know. But yeah, just think about. It seems like it's a little more complicated surgery than a lot of people think, because you're running a wire from your chest wall up through your throat,
right,
and under your you're going into the back of your mouth and into your tongue. So it's a tough surgery to perform, I would assume.
It just says single-use, non-rechargeable battery. It doesn't say what kind of battery it is.
Just a good old watch battery.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's something. Oh, anyway, good. All right.
Hope it lasts longer than my car battery in my stupid, what are those things called? Key fobs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I can replace that for you.
No, I've got one. It's annoying.
I know how to do it.
Yep. No, I can do it. It's just annoying.
It
goes out all the time.
It ain't hard to do.
It's easy.
I take out the handheld device. I hit the on button, put it against my chest.
Maybe he'll say what it feels like.
And that's it. And then when I wake up in the morning, I pick up the handheld device, hit the off button up against my chest, 2 beats, and I'm done.
That sounds
awesome. And the very best part is that between Medicare and my supplemental insurance, 100% of the cost was covered.
Wow.
So if anybody asks you about that in the future, I give it a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Thanks, Dr. Steve. This is Mike from Ohio.
Hey, Mike, call back in and just tell us what it feels like now that you've done it for a year. He called in a year ago with that one. So.
At least we're catching up, though.
Yep. Now we've got, thousands of calls to catch up on. If you do want to leave a voicemail, 347-766-4323. When I get the studio complete, finally, we'll start taking phone calls again, which I do want to do that. That was wild when we did that. It was sometimes you had to hang up real quick. All right, let's see here. We'll do this one, and then we'll get on.
Hey, Dr. Steve, I was wondering if you could talk about HCG for testosterone replacement, using that as a therapy. I know it can cause the testicles to boost testosterone. I've been trying it. It seems to be working. Any drawbacks on that? Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So HCG is human chorionic gonadotropin, which is basically progestin. They use it for low testosterone to stimulate the testicles to produce testosterone. It mimics a thing that's called luteinizing hormone, which tells the testicles to produce testosterone. So, it's fine. It's, they'll use it in fertility preservation for men who have low testosterone. I like Clomid instead, but you've got to do this with a healthcare provider. Don't do this shit on your own. And, regular blood tests are necessary to monitor your hormone levels and all that stuff to see if it actually works. So again, 95% of men with low testosterone are never diagnosed. So if you're if you're 40 to 50 to 60 and you're fatigued all the time and you don't snore and you probably don't have sleep apnea, then it's probably not a sleep problem. It could be depression, it could be low thyroid, but it could be low testosterone.
Causing both of those things.
Right. So I always, it's like kratom for me. I feel bad that people are having to go to head shops to try to treat their opioid addiction on their own.
Agreed.
There are people out there who specialize in this. Your insurance will cover it. If you don't have insurance, your primary care can do it for, next to nothing. So I would do this under the auspices of it, but it is it's out there, and the data is decent for it. Most people use clomiphene instead, which is also an analog that helps to stimulate the testicles to make testosterone. But if you're not interested in preserving your fertility and you don't care if your nuts shrink a little bit, the cheaper, easier way to do this is, testosterone replacement, in my opinion. All right.
Agreed.
All right. What else you got?
I believe that'll do her.
All right. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/weirdmedicine. Check out Dr. Scott's website at simplyherbals.net. If you want me to say fluid to your mama, go to cameo.com/@weirdmedicine or cameo.com/weirdmedicine. I do next show. I need to make a statement about something that I said on my final SiriusXM show that turns out to be completely incorrect.
Oh, no.
And it's regarding our buddy Tim Sabian, who I've been MFing all this time for nothing. And we'll discuss that next show. It's a little spoiler for you. Thanks to everyone who's made this show happen all over the years. It's been one of the most fun things that we've ever done. Thanks to our listeners, whose voicemail and topic ideas make this job very easy. Go to our website at drsteve.com for schedules, podcasts, and other crap. And Dr. Scott, what's going on with Simply Herbals these days? We still going?
We just actually we're out right now of the nasal sprays.
So are you going to get more?
I don't know yet. Stay tuned.
When are you going to let us know?
Next show.
No, next show we're going to record it in like 2 minutes.
The next show.
Okay.
In a month, yeah. I'll know in December.
Stay tuned. Just go to simplyherbals.net.
Yeah, you'll see updates.
Say hello to Dr. Scott. You got anything else to sell there?
Not right now.
Really? You don't have
I think
fatigue reprieve?
We've got a little bit of fatigue reprieve right now, yeah.
You're one hell of a salesman.
I know.
No, we ain't got nothing. You don't? Oh, well, we do.
We're dialing it back. I'm getting old.
Well, how can you find Will Smith in a snowstorm? Same as everybody else. Look for Fresh Prince. Oh, coleslaw. Thank you, everybody.
You see? Your stupid minds. Stupid. Stupid.
Can you, shut up?
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Dr. Steve, I hope you're better at prostate screenings than you are at radio screenings, you son of a bitch.
If you just read the bio for Dr. Steve, host of Weird Medicine on Sirius XM 103 and made popular by two really comedy shows, Opie and Anthony and Ron and Fez, you would have thought that this guy was a bit of, a clown.
Why can't you give me the respect that I'm entitled to?
I've got diphtheria crushing my esophagus. I've got Ebola virus dripping from my nose. I've got the leprosy of the heart valves, exacerbating my incredible woes. I want to take my brain out and blast it with the wave, an ultrasonic, echographic, and a pulsating shave. I want a magic pill for all my ailments, the health equivalent to Citizen Kane. And if I don't get it now in the tablet, I think I'm doomed and I'll have to go insane. I want a requiem for my disease, so I'm paging Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve, take a cow for
Am I on? From the world. Am I on? From the world famous Cardiff Electric Network studio.
Dr. Steve, take a cow for
The problem with doing the intro this way is if I screw it up, I got to do the whole thing over again.
Okay.
I was fading the wrong fader, and I'm an idiot. Hello, testing. Okay, sorry, everybody. I didn't like that intro anyway.
You see, your stupid minds. Stupid.
Well, that's because you're an idiot.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Dr. Steve, I hope you're better at prostate screenings than you are at radio screenings, you son of a bitch.
If you just read the bio for Dr. Steve, host of Weird Medicine on Sirius XM 103 and made popular by two really comedy shows, Opie and Anthony and Ron and Fez, you would have thought that this guy was a bit of, a clown.
Why can't you give me the respect that I'm entitled to?
I've got diphtheria crushing my esophagus. I've got Ebola virus dripping from my nose. I've got the leprosy of the heart valves, exacerbating my incredible woes. I want to take my brain out and blast it with the wave, an ultrasonic, echographic, and a pulsating shave. I want a magic pill for all my ailments, the health equivalent to Citizen Kane. And if I don't get it now in the tablet, I think I'm doomed and I'll have to go insane. I want a requiem for my disease, so I'm paging Dr. Steve.
Dr. Steve, take a cow for
From the world famous Cardiff Electric Network studios in beautiful downtown OJ City, it's Weird Medicine, the first and still only uncensored medical show in the history of broadcast radio, now a podcast. I'm Dr. Steve with my little pal, Dr. Scott, the traditional Chinese medicine provider, gives me street cred. The whack alternative medicine assholes. Hello, Dr. Scott.
Hey, Dr. Steve.
This is a show for people who had never listened to a medical show on the radio or the internet. If you have a question you're embarrassed to take to your regular medical provider, if you can't find an answer anywhere else, give us a call at 347-766-4323. That's DIP.
Poohead? I was going to say dipshit.
Dip Poohead.
Okay.
The only word I could come up with for 347 was dip. It's stupid. Follow us on on Twitter at Weird Medicine. But if you're ever forgetting the prefix, you can remember Poohead, but you can't because people say 866 Poohead.
Oh, gotcha.
So now you can figure it out. It's dip.
It's
little
not-
dip, little Twix cheek and gum.
Gotcha.
Follow us on Twitter at Weird Medicine and Dr. Scott WM. Visit our website at drsteve.com for podcasts, medical news, and stuff you can buy. Most importantly, we're not your medical providers. Take everything here with a grain of salt. Don't act on anything you hear on this show without talking it over with your healthcare provider. Don't forget to pick up your copies of DabbleDice, which is fun for dabblers of all ages, as long as they're 18 or older. And always drink responsibly, unlike certain people. So this is You don't have to have any Dabbleverse lore. As a matter of fact, it has absolutely nothing to do with the Dabbleverse, except it says DabbleDice because the name of our company is Dabble Games. And it's a party game, and it's loads of fun, and I'm selling it at cost because I don't want to make any money off of it. So it's $350. Go to stuff.drsteve.com, and you can click the link there, and it will take you straight to our store. We have a new game coming out probably after the first of the year. Pig Knuckle Pinochle there, Dr. Scott.
Oh, my gosh.
It'll have all your favorite characters in there, old Myrtle and Gladys and Delmer. Delmer will be there, too, and Norman.
Love it.
Yep, they're all there in Pig Knuckle Pinochle, a game of... I don't know what it is, a game of tricks and trumps or something like that.
Did you invent?
And not that trump.
Did you invent this?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah.
My grandpa used to make us play Pinochle when we were kids.
Yeah, it's a horrible game.
Terrible game.
You have to bid and all this, it's like poor man's bridge. Well, this one, there won't be any of this bidding bullshit.
Oh,
you just flip the card over, and that's what the trump card is, or the trump suit. And then it's not going to be diamonds and stuff. It'll be hogs and, I don't know, corn mash.
There you go.
There you go. I haven't figured that part out yet. So I'm working with Troy Smith on some cards and doing some things. So we'll see. It's completely unrelated to all this stuff. And by the way, DabbleDice, is a completely fictional game. What's the wording, Dr. Scott? Any resemblance to persons living or dead is completely coincidental. And if you see yourself in this, that talk says more about you than it does anybody else. All right?
It's wishful thinking.
Yeah, well, or whatever. Okie doke. Check out Dr. Scott's website at simplyherbals.net. They're on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but we want them to come back because that CBD nasal spray, I can't live without it, to be honest with you.
Good stuff.
It is good stuff. So you're coming back, right? Why are you thinking about it? What's the deal? Are you not making any money off of it? You keep selling out.
Yeah.
You're not selling for less than you paid for it, right?
No.
Because that would be stupid.
Yeah.
No.
The
stupid, shopkeeper says, "Oh, I sell everything under cost." You go, well, "How do you make any money?" And he goes, "Volume."
Volume, yeah.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense. No, I think that it's just effort.
Yeah.
Just effort. Having people get things done for you.
Well, that is a problem.
I'm easing into the sunset of my career, I believe.
Well, just sell it to somebody then.
Well, I would.
How much you want for it? For the whole business, lock, stock, and barrel, because it's really just a website storefront and some proprietary
intellectual property.
IP. Yes.
Yeah, that's all.
So what do you want for it?
I'll come up with a number.
Well, we got somebody listening might, Anyway, all right.
$1 and then 10% for
that might be something.
forever.
That might be something. We'll talk.
10% forever.
Check us out on Patreon. Patreon's still quite active, posting classic shows there that you can't get anywhere else, plus other content you can't get anywhere else. They were getting all the normal world stuff first, but I'm going to just dump everything on there that I've got, and it's also going to go on our YouTube channel eventually, too. And then if you want me to say fluid to your mama, cameo.com/weirdmedicine. By the way, DabbleDice is fitted just perfectly. I put it in 4 different stockings today, and it fit perfectly. So I'm sure my children and my daughter-in-law will be thrilled.
Oh my gosh!
When they get their copy of DabbleDice, the game of beer disequilibrium and cirrhosis. All right. Yep. If you get cirrhosis before you collect your 13 beers, you lose all your beers.
Rats.
That's right. Just for that round.
That's a bad way to go. Just for that round. Okay,
yeah.
good.
All right. I have a statement. On my final SiriusXM show, I said F you to Tim Sabian. And it was kind of a joke. I was thanking all these people that had helped us over the years. And I said, but, least and certainly not in in any way saying thank you to Tim Sabian, who tried to have this show taken off Sirius XM because, and what I was told was that he was irritated with me because when I met him in New York when I went to do an Opie and Anthony appearance, he said, "Oh yeah, I started that Harry Fish medical show over on Howard Stern's channel." And I was like, yeah, that shit's really boring, Tim. And at the time, we were a little wilder than we were. But the problem with Harry Fish was he didn't think scientifically. He had a porn star who squirted in his office, which was pretty cool. And then he tested it for urea and said, see, it's just piss. And it's like, you can't do that. You have to also test it for prostatic-specific antigen, because if you do that, then it can't be just piss, right? So that was the first thing. He had it was an anti-scientific bias because he had a bias that it's just urine, so that's all he tested for. All his tests could show him was that it was urine. Couldn't show anything else, right? So that, and also he was a urologist, so he didn't know shit from Chinola about all this other stuff that we do because we're generalists, or and so he couldn't answer a lot of just sort of basic medical questions. And it devolved into life, love link type questions. And the last person I'm taking love advice from is Shuley and not Tim Sabian, and Harry Fish. Let me say that again for the Clippers. The last people I would take love advice from would be Shuley and Harry Fish. So there you go.
There you go.
So I just was like, oh, really? Oh, that was your show? Or, congratulations. And he took it in good stride, but then I was told afterward that it pissed him off, and he tried to have me removed from the channel with the excuse of saying, we just want only Opie and Anthony content. But one of the hosts went to bat for this show with the administration over there, the offices upstairs. That'd be Steve Blatter and a couple of other people, and saved our show. So I've been thankful for that for a long time, and pissed off at Tim Sabian. Well, I have started hearing from people like Eric Nagel that the same scenario had played out multiple times in that environment where somebody would say, your job's in danger, but I saved it for you, and they would be very thankful. And so I called Tim Sabian. I said, did this really happen? He was like, hell no. No, it never happened. Your show was perfect for that channel, and I always supported you on there. Now, he could be blowing smoke up my ass now, but we talked for about 90 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And I really enjoyed my conversation with him, and I believe him that it never happened. So I'm going to say I'm very sorry that I've been motherfucking poor old Tim Sabian for how long has it been since all of that happened? God, they were still on the air, so it was probably up in MFing him for 10 years.
Oh, geez.
And of course, I wasn't on his radar, so he never heard about it. But he took my call. And we talked for 90 minutes, and we're cool, and I will never MF him again because I believe that it didn't happen.
Cool.
Isn't that something?
Good old Tim.
So that's that sort of corporate politics kind of thing that happens. And you got to go to the horse's mouth on these things, So the reason I'm telling you this, first off, I owe Tim an apology publicly. But I'm telling you this because this stuff happens all the time in corporate America and corporate probably everywhere else. And when you hear someone said something about you or someone was going to do something, go straight to them. That's the only decent way to live. The problem was I wasn't there, so I didn't really have a connection with him. I only met him once. If I
just long enough to piss him off.
What I knew now, right? What I knew now, I would have emailed him or gone to him and say, "Hey, is this true?" and let him clear it up. So anyway, and don't fall for intra-office gossip either. Okay, all right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, and thank you, Tim. And hopefully we will work together again someday. Anyway, it was funny when I said it on stage. It just wasn't true, and it wasn't fair to him to shit on him like that. All right. You got anything?
Yeah, we did have a good question from Shroom.
Shroom.
My dad is fighting colon polyps for years.
Yeah.
Soon to have his second surgery.
Okay.
What can we do to prevent that?
Well, okay. So the question is, does he have familial colonic polyposis?
Yeah.
Because this is a genetic thing.
Right.
And the polyps themselves aren't the problem. It's when they're left alone and they turn into cancer that they become the problem. So I have a friend who has familial polyposis and his colon's full of polyps, and they go in every year and do a colonoscopy looking for cancer. And he is at risk of getting colon cancer, but he's at decreased risk of dying from it because he knows about it and he gets his colonoscopy done every year. Same thing with your dad. Now, aspirin, and I'm not saying he should take aspirin, but salicylic acid is known to decrease the risk for colon cancer. So, but it increases risk for gastrointestinal bleeding too, and other kinds of bleeding. So he would have to talk to his primary or to his. He has a gastroenterologist because he's getting colonoscopies for it. They got to talk to them about it. But the good news is, yes, Dad is at increased risk of getting colon cancer, but he is at decreased risk of dying from it because he's aware of it and he's getting the preventative treatment that he needs, which is colonoscopy. If you catch colon cancer in the polyp stage, a lot of times you can remove the polyp right then and there, and that's the end of it. If you catch it, but if you don't, and you catch it in stage 1 or stage 2, it's curable.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely curable disease. Just catch it early.
And then there's lifestyle.
Okay.
Things he can do, yeah.
Well, increased fiber and decreased inflammation in the
but
gut.
Other things.
Go ahead.
If it's not a familial deal, it's more of a lifestyle thing. The smoking. If he smokes, smoking cessation.
I'll always quit smoking.
Yes.
We say that about everybody.
That's
don't smoke.
Just don't. That's one of the things you can't.
You
do.
got some fat cat at RJR going, "Who we got him to buy another pack?"
But it's the same thing with all other lifestyle, exercising and healthy weight.
Yeah.
Hydrations, but lots of fibers and things of that nature can help.
Yeah.
To reduce the incidence of polyps.
Yeah.
But if they're there, surgically removing them is a pretty good idea.
Look at this. McRibs is a ham radio operator. Did we know that? Oh, they're doing a fox hunt? Okay, so.
Oh, no.
So what a fox hunt is somebody goes and hides and they start transmitting, or they'll place a transmitter that will broadcast for 30 seconds every 2 minutes or something like that. And then you get people out there with directional antennas trying to find it. And it's good practice. Okay. And he said we had a fox hunt at a local wooded park. You can imagine how I was trying to find the fox by sound because my one eye is loaded with fluid. Not too well. Yeah, he had a vitreous hemorrhage, didn't he?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
What are they doing about it? McRibs, it should be taken care of. It says my vitreous hemorrhage is still around, and I'm told I needed cataract out before they took the blood out. Okay, I know why. Because they can't see through your cataract. They want to be able to see what the hell they're doing. Well, now it's out. I'm feeling like forever to get the hemorrhage out. Super depressed. I'm sorry, buddy. What can I do? You can call them on the phone and say, listen, put me on the wait list. If so what's probably happened is they've got all these people stacked up to have surgery, and they don't want to rush you. But just call them and say, if you have a cancellation, I want you to call me. Just do that. That's what you can do.
Yep.
And your depression right now is reactive. Sounds like.
Sure.
Sorry. And you can talk to your primary about, if you need treatment for it. But it sounds like you're depressed because you can only see out of one eye, and they need to fix that.
Yeah.
So call them Monday.
Yeah.
Say, is there any updates on this, and can I get on the waiting list?
Right on.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
I did find a great one from our wonderful Kentucky.
James Weston says, I got a huge crack in my butt. What do? You shit out of a hit. That's what you do.
All right. Our favorite Kentucky hick, Amy, does have a good question.
Okay.
Why do urinary tract infections make dementia patients even more batshit crazy?
Now say that again.
Why do urinary tract infections make dementia patients even crazy?
That's a great one. Do you want to take some of it? It looks like you've got something to say about it. I see this every day, so.
No, I was going to, no.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead. Yeah, I had
it's the inflammation.
Yeah, okay.
The brain is one of the most sensitive organs in the body to changes in the body. So, for example, if I punch you in the kidney, it might bleed, but it'll still work. If I punch you in the head, I'm going to knock you out. Sure. The brain's still functioning, but the conscious part shuts off. And when you have someone with a little bit of dementia and they get inflammation, doesn't have to be urinary tract, could be pneumonia.
Okay.
Could be a urinary tract infection, could be, I don't know, skin infection like cellulitis, or they break a hip. And the inflammation from the body trying to repair that will send their dementia into outer space. So there's 7 stages of dementia, with 7 being divided into A, B, C, D, and F. But so like 7C is someone that can't walk and can't talk.
Okay,
they're just kind of laying in bed, curled up, making noises all day. Stage 1 is sort of like my professor I've talked about that couldn't remember what a deck of cards were, but described it as a concentric stack of thin laminates. Okay, so they're kind of eccentric. They're losing some of their executive functioning, but they can still do things. And so that's the extreme. So it goes through 7 levels, and people with Alzheimer's tend to march through those levels pretty steadily. People with vascular dementia will march through stepwise. They'll be okay for a while, then they'll
just drop.
Then they'll just drop.
Wow,
and then they'll be there for a while and they'll drop. So that's because they're having mini strokes, and each mini stroke drops them a level or 2. So someone that's a stage 1 or 2 can come in with a urinary tract infection. All of a sudden, they're all the way in stage 6, where they're just
it's inflammation,
just out of their minds.
Okay,
right?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. There's some factor that's released that causes the brain to misfire. And the older you get, the more likely it is. I remember I had a friend whose mother just started acting wild and paranoid and thinking there were people outside, and that she would call the police because there were people in her backyard, and they had to finally put her number on a special flag that this person call this other person to make sure that this is really real and all that stuff, because sometimes there might actually be somebody in your backyard. Well, anyway, one of the cops told him, get your mom checked for a urinary tract infection. That's, in fact, exactly what was going on, because they see it all the time.
All the time. Well, no, and I think my confusion was I wasn't thinking UTI, I was thinking cirrhosis. I was thinking ammonia building up in the.
Oh, yeah. Nope.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Not even close.
The Bags on You says, I'm having general itchiness. I'm assuming it's because I'm developing liver disease from my drinking. My pancreas seems to be failing because my stool looks pale and loose. I'm 31. Am I going to die? Bro, we're all going to die. Okay. So that's not the question. The question is, do you have something that's reversible? And when you have clay-colored pale stool, it generally means that you're not secreting bilirubin into your bowel from the gallbladder, and that comes from the liver. So, yeah, there may be something going on with your liver. That is a reason to go get seen immediately.
Yep.
Do you need to go today? I would, but it sounds like it's been going on for a while, so Monday is good enough. Call and get it taken care of. The itchiness could be general, what we call pruritus, because we have to have a different word for everything, but it's means itchiness.
Sure.
And it comes from bilirubin that's gotten into the blood, stimulating mu opioid receptors in the skin. And every once in a while, we'll put people, particularly if they're drinking, we'll put them on naltrexone.
Right.
It helps prevent the drinking, and it also stops the itching from the bilirubin. And the liver, I'm going to tell you, the bag's on you. I don't know you, but I want to hear from you again. The liver is one of the most regenerative organs that there are. If you damage your heart, there will be a scar tissue there, and that's the end of it. If I take out 2/3 of your liver and leave you 1/3 of a liver, it will very often it will grow back, or it will at least resume the full function of the liver over time. So if you stop now and get on treatment, you may be able to turn this thing around. So, please do that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, the alcohol is not doing you any good. It's your enemy. So, at this point, go to a meeting, go right now. That you can do. They have meetings 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. But then get this you can't do but this by yourself. You're going to need medical help. But talk to them about the naltrexone. It really does help people stop drinking, and it will absolutely put a stop to that itching if that's what it is. Okay?
Yep.
Got any other questions out there?
I was looking back through.
Well, Kai Brancaccio says low-dose naltrexone has been used in pain as well as stroke patients. Yep, that's right. I use low-dose naltrexone every day. If you have someone that's not on... so naltrexone, let's talk about that. It is previously used as a medication that will block opioids at the level of the receptor. So if you had somebody who was overdosing, you could give them naloxone IV, which is an analog of naltrexone, and it will wake them up because it competitively interacts with those receptors and knocks the narcotic off of there, but it doesn't have the respiratory or sedative effects, but it has more affinity for the receptor, so it'll just knock the opioid off, and then just you excrete it out of the urine. So this low dose naltrexone, we use it for pain, which sounds weird because we were using naltrexone to block opioids, and now they're using it for alcohol abuse. Why? Because there are opioid receptors in the brain, pain and pleasure receptors, that are being fed by endorphins that are released when you drink alcohol, and that's what gives it that pleasurable effect. And so that will stop that sort of craving for that form of pleasure by taking the naltrexone. At least that's the hypothesis behind it. Low-dose naltrexone we'll use for pain because what it seems to do is it blocks endorphins, which are, narcotics that your body makes, temporarily. And then when the naltrexone washes out, those endorphins that have built up in your system will then hit the receptors, and it's really good for things like fibromyalgia. People who have tried everything for fibromyalgia do great on low-dose naltrexone. Mm-hmm. And and he's right that he or she is right. They use it for stroke patients as well, and I'm not sure what the hypothesis is there on how that's benefit, but anyway. All right. Okay. Crispy Biscuit says naltrexone worked very well for helping me quit drinking. Barely any side effects. Yes, there should be no side effects whatsoever. Although if you try to take a Percocet while you're on that, it's not going to do very much for you. All right. It says Crispy Biscuit says I was developing fatty liver at 33. My cholesterol and AST and ALT, those are liver enzymes, were way elevated. They're all normal now at 35. Now, Luke says naltrexone is in buprenorphine. So yes and no, it's in Suboxone. So Suboxone is buprenorphine, and is it naloxone? Suboxone, let me see.
I think it is naloxone.
I thought it was naloxone. Yeah, naloxone. So it's an analog of naltrexone. But the reason that they put that in there is, okay, so buprenorphine is used for pain, but it's also used for opioid use disorder. And what you do is you get the patient to come in just in the beginning of withdrawal, and you give them their first Suboxone. And this is buprenorphine and naloxone. Comes in a little film thing that dissolves on their tongue. And all of a sudden they feel better. So now they see the value in it. And it's very hard to overdose on this medication. Don't try. I'm just saying, it's got a good safety profile. And it does have some competitive effects with other opioids. In other words, when it's in your system, you may have to take more standard, what we call full agonist opioids to get anything.
Okay.
So it's a good drug for medication-assisted treatment for opioid use disorder. They put naloxone in it, in the Suboxone, because if someone were to put this in alcohol and, take out all the buprenorphine, from the film and try to shoot it up, then it won't work.
Gotcha.
Because then the naloxone will kick in. Because when you take naloxone orally, unlike naltrexone, it is not absorbed orally. It just goes straight through the GI tract. But if you try to shoot it up, then it won't work. Wow. Same thing with Talwin NX. Talwin had pentazocine, which was an opioid, and it had naltrexone in it. No, it was naloxone. Naloxone in it. And that was another one where if they tried to crush it and put it in water and shoot it up, then the naloxone would kick in and it wouldn't work.
Gotcha.
It was abuse. It was a way to
increase
abuse deterrence.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay?
Wow.
All right. So, Luke, excellent question.
Great question.
And yes. Luke also says, well done, Crispy. Absolutely. Well done.
Yes.
Let's give him one of these. Let's see. There you go. All right. Oedipusaurus Rex 901 says, I've been on Suboxone for 3 years. I'm down to one a day and hopefully be fully off soon. Yes. Thank you for that. Some people get on Suboxone and they stay on it forever. There are other people who say you get people on the Suboxone and then you keep them there for a while, let them get out of the habit of going downtown to cop and all that stuff, and then wean them off. I like that approach. I think total sobriety is the key, but there are addictionologists out there that just say, look, there are some people.
The recidivism is too high.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Agreed.
All right. So king of the diffs. Wait, what? And why is he king of the diffs now? Didn't he used to be king of all diffs? Oh, no. Am I having a senior moment again? What's the best thing to take to stop drinking? Well, the best thing first is you got to commit to stopping drinking, because you can't just go, well, I want to stop drinking, I'm going to take a pill.
Yeah.
So, and define best thing. For some people, the best thing is just to go to a meeting and just stop drinking that way. So the best thing to do is go to an addictionologist, work out what's going to work best for you, because everything's different.
So, and I was going to say, and one of the great things about the meetings is you get support and people. But the other thing is it changes your daily habits too.
Yeah,
because as well as I do, a lot of this stuff is habitual.
Yep.
As soon as you take someone out of this, and it's the same thing going back to the opiates.
Yep.
And you take someone out of that daily habit. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a work addiction or a sex addiction or a drug addiction or alcohol, but changing that daily habit will make them change or help them change the addiction. And the Oedipusaurus Rex had another question about a papillary thyroid cancer.
Okay.
That was removed and is now having trouble with calcium absorption.
Oh.
And is taking calcitrol. Just wondering if there were any other thoughts for calcium.
They probably took out one of their parathyroid glands at the same time.
Yeah, one would assume. I'm sure
post-surgical hypocalcemia is a big thing with this because of the damage to the parathyroid glands. So the parathyroid glands are in charge of that.
Yep. Without
going into too much detail.
Yeah, a lot of green leafy vegetables do have calcium. And depending on, because you hear dairy products certainly you can take calcium supplements, but
Yeah.
sometimes they're hard to absorb.
Yeah.
And, vitamin D can help kind of with your absorption, but
Well, they usually have people take calcium and vitamin D together,
correct, yeah.
because it improves these things. And if your calcium just remains low, there are things that you can do. Just see your oncologist about it.
Yep.
Because they can do them in the infusion center if they have to. But if you have low calcium, you're going to have fatigue and some really severe health issues if things get really low. So you don't want to get that let that get out of control. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well. All right. Anything else?
I think I get to most of them.
Okay. Well, McRib says meetings in my area are always people who start off with, I want to cop with my kids in the car, or something that has to do with CPS. What? It's never about casual users, and of course, no cross time. What is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway. Yeah, okay. Oedipus, if it's working for you, great. If you know what you need at the time, don't beat yourself up. Right. Don't beat yourself up. It's this is a disease. It's an illness. It affects behavior. So we look at it a little bit differently than we do things like cancer. But I just want you to get the help that you need. And you're not going to be judged by whatever addictionologist you go to.
Okay.
That's
No.
the whole thing that they deal with.
Yeah.
And Don Jr. says withdrawing from opiates is hell on earth. Absolutely. Absolutely, it is. So you don't have to do that. You can get help. If you go through full-blown withdrawal, you're at risk for a thing called post-acute withdrawal syndrome that can last 2 years, can cause anxiety, depression, flashbacks, all kinds of malaise, muscle pain. So we counsel people don't do that. You can go do it through medication-assisted treatment. And, I got into a discussion. It was actually an argument with somebody at one of these CBD places that sell Kratom. And they're like, well, Suboxone, they just get them addicted to it. And it's like, okay, they're already addicted to opioids. This way they're not coping. They're getting it in a clinical situation. And then we can wean them off of it. Kratom is similarly addictive. It affects the mu-opioid receptor. I've had patients, and we've had listeners to this show, that used Kratom to get off of their opioid, and then they got addicted to the Kratom because they still were, having that mu-opioid receptor stimulated. So there are downsides to everything. I'm not saying anything about Kratom for the Kratom lovers out there, other than it is a medication that has real pharmacologic effects, and it does affect the mu-opioid receptor on top of other things. Having said that, I think it's a fascinating molecule that needs to be further studied. We have a lot of things to learn about Kratom, and we've got a lot of things to learn from Kratom.
Yep.
Because it may be the thing.
Might be good.
But, we need to be studying psilocybin for medication-assisted treatment and other things like that, too. All right? Anything else from the fluid family?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, I see lots of things on there. You feel free to throw in on any of those. Here we go. Let's. We were talking about fatty liver. Here's a question about fatty liver.
Quick question. I need some help.
Yeah.
Not long ago, I had some pre-admission testing. I'm getting a shoulder replacement done here next week. My liver enzymes are elevated. I think it's because of the Percocet that I'm taking. I don't know. I think it's because of diet. So I've been hardcore keto for the last 2 years. In March, my wife passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And since then, with the in-law drama, I haven't been able to stick to keto. So do you think it's the extra sugar that I'm eating that is causing fatty?
It could be that And I'm sorry to hear about your wife, man. Fatty liver can be genetic, but it can definitely be from diet, and the carbohydrates are a big part of that. More so than fat, which is weird. You would think fat would cause fatty liver, but no, it's processing of carbohydrates that tends to cause this. But if you're taking Percocet, it also has a lot of Tylenol in it, acetaminophen, and acetaminophen can affect the liver as well. So you want to talk to your prescriber about this and see. And there are treatments and workups for fatty liver. And the main treatment is getting your insulin levels down, getting your glucose levels under control. So you need testing for all of that. And getting you off medications that can irritate your liver further, which could be things like acetaminophen. Okay? So get to your primary. If they're not comfortable with it, they can send you to a gastroenterologist that deals with liver disease called a hepatologist, but all gastroenterologists are, at least partially hepatologists. Some only do hepatology, but most of them just like doing scopes, but they can deal with liver issues as well. Okay? So get that taken care of. Let us know how it's going, okay? All right. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, McRibs. If I were to call in, would I have to wait 7 years to get my question read? No. Yes, it would be on the next show. We are actually have run out of new questions, and it's just because we haven't been on. People haven't been calling in. So call in 347-766-4323. We will get your question on unless it's just grossly inappropriate, in which case I'll send you a text saying, I'm not playing this shit. But other than that, yes, absolutely. No, yeah, McRibs, I know you're being a smart ass. It's fine. Oedipusasaurus Rex says, my friend was horribly addicted to kratom, having horrible bowel movements. Yeah, it causes constipation just like Percocet or anything else. And he says, yes, you're getting medicine that's being measured. You have group therapy. There's so much fentanyl out right now. Yes, fentanyl is the real problem right now when it comes to street drugs. Looks like next week we have a call from the lovely and delightful Chad Zumach, and we've got some calls coming in. Thank you all for sending in phone calls. So that's a teaser for next time. All right, until next time, check your stupid nuts for lumps, quit smoking, get off your asses, get some exercise. We'll see you in 1 week, hopefully, probably 10 days, for the next edition of Weird Medicine. Thanks, Dr. Scott. Thanks, everybody. There we go. Now,
that's pretty smooth.
For the members only part. See, that was good. Hey, I really appreciate the Fluid family with their Yes, We're Jamming. And what was that song that?
Oh, I was going to look that up.
It was right at the beginning.
Yeah. I think I looked it on my phone, so we don't.
Yeah, bass. Oh no, my neuropathy won't let me do that anymore. But let me see. Tijuana Jail by the Kingston Trio. Oh, I see Pat Dixon's name up there. Let's see. I could have sworn I saw.
Let me listen to it real quick.
Yeah, once Dr. Steve says fluid, it's officially a quote-unquote show. Yeah, I have something coming up that I think you all are going to be really interested in. I can't talk about it. But, yeah, it might be something cool. Now, who's saying don't be a stuttering? Are you talking about to me, Don Jr.? No, never. Cry Scream 666 says, Doc, by the way, aptly named with this question, anal dilation procedure left me bleeding and with an itch I can't scratch. Any help would be appreciated. Yes, the bleeding will go away, And but if it continues, you need to go to the person that did the dilation procedure. The itching is caused by the well, it's several things. One, you have bacterial toxins getting into the skin that was damaged and it causes inflammation. So talk to the people who did it. They will give you a hydrocortisone foam to shoot up your ass. And I hope Christ Scream is still here, and that will help quite a bit. Yeah, and I'm not going to sue you. Galaga7737 says, may your fluids be viscous and void of human pathogens. Oh, I'm going to use that. Someone's been watching my cameo. I always end it with, I hope your weekend is filled with fluids and secretions, all, devoid of human pathogens. But I like that. May your fluid. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to put that on a T-shirt. Thank you, Galaga. Pat, Don Jr. Okay, I can't laugh at that. It's a funny Pat Dixon joke, but it's a good one. Yeah, Lady Diagnosis had breath that was atrocious due to halitosis, but that was not Lady Diagnosis. That was Lady Di, and she also had probable liver failure. So that can cause what's called fetor hepaticus, which is a smell that people with liver failure sometimes will exude through their breath. So let me see. Anything else? Yeah, Christ Scream 666. Not answering that one either. I see. That's why you're saying don't be SJ, is because I'm not answering. Well, these are free chats. If they were super chats, I would answer them. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Old Top 459. I used to know an older guy years ago that had a tracheostomy for severe sleep apnea. Wow, that's severe. Well, okay. All right, that's all I can see on there. If we missed anything, send me an email or send in a voicemail. All right, you got that song? What's it called?
Tijuana Jill.
Okay, you got it?
I think I can pull this off.
Oedipus Rex 901. First person to say my name correctly. Have $2. Okay. Yeah, it's Oedipus Rex. No, not Oedipusasaurus Rex. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the $2. You're the best. Oh, Cry Scream is Gilly? What? Really? No. I'm going to say, Cry Scream, are you still there? I was on Felicia's show. She said it's going to be 45 minutes, and here are the questions. It was 45 minutes to the second, and she asked me those questions that she sent me. I'll do her show anytime she wants, because that was one of the most pleasant, guesting experiences I've ever had. She was great. So I don't care what anybody else has to say. That's my experience with her, was that one thing, and I thought she was awesome. Luke 00144 says, why do some people just not handle chemo well? I don't know. That's why we got to get away from chemo. Everybody's different. There are some people that have this thing called DPD deficiency. Dihydropyridine dehydrogenase deficiency, and it's genetic, and they cannot handle 5-fluorouracil. If you give it to them, it'll kill them. And they don't test for it because the test is not sensitive. It won't even show. Sometimes you'll think you're fine and you're not. I published a paper on this, so it's a lot of it is genetic, but we got to get away from chemo and head more toward immunotherapy. Now they say Cry Scream is Ron Fuddle. Was that Felicia? I don't know. You guys know more about this stuff than I do. So, And King of the Diffs says Gilly is a demon. I don't know. What I know is she asked me on her show. She was true to her word and didn't diverge or try to ambush me with questions about Friends or anything like that. And I really appreciated it.
All right. Enough dabbling. Get your base.
Yeah. Okay.
No more dabbling.
Well,
No
I'm
more
trying
dabbling.
to answer questions. They keep rolling in.
Dabble. You're a dabbler.
Okay, Don Jr. Okay, I hear you, but
Dabbler.
all right.
You're dabbling.
Yeah. All right. So, Ultimate Guitar.
Yep. It's in G. It's in Goofy. Let's try it with a little.
But, and the last thing I'll say about that, I'm friends with Pat. So, I try to be friends with everybody. Anyway. What is this called? Tijuana Jail?
About a month ago, to have a little fun.
Oh, that sounds like every John Prine song. Are we doing the 34 version or version 2 with 6?
34, yep.
Okay. All right. What key? G? Too much reverb.
Give me a little reverb.
Yep. Are you going to use the other mic, or are you going to plug in?
Plug me in there, will you?
All right.
Give me a little bit of the, let's see, huh?
Are you plugged in already?
Nope. I'm getting ready to in 3.
Oh, that's fine. I don't need a countdown. You just tell me when you're plugged in. All right. Let's hear it.
Should be number, whichever one.
This one or this one?
This one. Yeah.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything. Is your battery dead?
Probably.
Okay, just use the
mic.
Use the mic.
Here we go. This is
All right.
We want one day, about a month ago.
I can't hear you.
We went one day.
There you go.
We
There
went
you go.
one. There you go.
Start. Don't even do an intro. Just do. We went one day. Oh,
3,
we went.
2, 1. We went one day.
That'll be the C.
About a month ago.
Day is C. So
Gotcha.
I like it that way. Just do, we went
Gotcha.
one day. Okay.
We went one day, about a month ago, to have a little fun. And in Mexico, we ended up in a gambling spot. With liquor flowed, and the dice were hot.
Oh wait a minute. Well, that's not how this goes, is it?
They do it. They do it a lot. They do it in a kind of a 1950s kind of a rockabilly style.
Really?
I just don't know if I can pull it off.
We ended up in a gambling spot where the liquor flowed and the dice were hot.
Here we are in the Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to gird our bell. Here stay, 'cause we ain't can't pay. Those in our mail to Tijuana jail. I was shooting dice, breaking in the door. Then I heard that whistle blow. We started to run when the man in blue said, "Senor, come with me, 'cause I want you to." So here we are in Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to go our bell. So here we stay, 'cause we can't pay. Send our mail to Tijuana jail. Just $500 and they'll set us free. I could raise a penny if you threaten me. I know 500 don't sound like much. Just try to find somebody to touch. So here we are in Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to go our bell. So here we'll stay, 'cause we ain't got to pay. Just send our mail to Tijuana jail. So here we are in Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to go our bell. So here we stay, 'cause we can't pay. Just send our mail. Tijuana jail. Well, that was just awful.
Is that how it goes? Oh, the first verse
I think
did not flow that way.
You know what
The
I
rest
think
of
it
the
is?
song
I think
did.
it's either because
They wrote it weird.
the letter made the chord might have just been in a weird place. To me, it just seemed like it didn't go there, so I just kind of played through it.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
Yay. Oh, is Ga here? Is that Ga? Wait a minute. Is Ga La Ga? Is that Ga from? Oh, I bet it is. Hello, Ga. I love Ga. Oh, King of all devs. Fuck off. I'm a year older than you. There's nobody taking care of me. Nobody's taking care of you. Hello. Well, I love me some Ga. All right. McRibs, what are you talking about? You don't bother anybody. Just email me. We can talk anytime.
Then we got to have fun. Well, let's do one from John Prine real quick.
All right.
And then we'll get out of here. How about that wasn't a bad song. That was kind of fun to play.
No, it was a good
little,
one. Yeah,
a little fun to play. Of course, it does not sound like.
It just sounds. It's crazy as a loon. Yeah. That's all. The way we played it.
Yep. Let's do Crazy as a Loon.
Do you want to do Crazy as a Loon? It's the same song.
Let's do it. Well, let's do. You'll do. We can do Souvenirs.
I don't know that one.
You've played it.
Souvenir.
Souvenir.
You want 1068? Is that the version you want? Well, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let me get back to it. See if it rings a bell to you. Rattle around in a cage. You're doing the 1068.
Yeah.
Yep. God, it's getting, it's funny that we're playing this because it's getting kind of close to Christmas time, isn't it? There's a oh God, now I can't stop thinking of that stupid song we just did. Hang on, let me think.
Welcome to the Fluid Family. Oedipusarus Rex. Thank you, my friend.
Give thyself a bell.
No, let's don't do super. I just can't get that other song out of my head.
Cat Lady 86. Welcome to the Fluid Family.
Give thyself a bell.
Also,
Get your hand off my penis!
Oh my God. How about Bertha? Do you remember Bertha?
Yeah.
Let's do Bertha. Because Bertha has such a different rhythm. I can get it. The only thing you need to remember on Bertha is the chorus, D, A minor, G. That's the big difference. It's the hardest part.
which version are we doing?
I've got version 2. It's got the 700.
700?
Yep. I had a hard run, running from your window. All night running, wondering if you care. I had a running now. Running around the corner, no rats back into the tree. I had to, really had to. That's why I am on my bended knees. Bertha, don't you come around here anymore. Dress myself in green. Get down under the bravado. Hold the pouring. Not a drop for me. Test me, test me, test me. Lord, Lord. Why don't you arrest me? Throw me in the jailhouse until that sun goes down. I had to move, really had to move. That's why I'm on my bended knees. But don't you come around here anymore. Play a little with her. I had to move, really had to move. That's why I am on my bended knees. Don't you come around anymore, anymore, There you go.
Yeah, I forgot the chorus. Got it right one time.
You got it. That's
Finally got it right.
It's the weirdest chorus. Yes, that was fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, that was a great. I liked that other song. It was fun as well. Yeah, I hate to run, but I'm shoveling shit, man. That picture I showed you was my septic tank.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is it right next to your pool?
It's
You shit into your pool? What the hell?
Oh no! It runs down by my greenhouse. We didn't know we had a problem until we had stepdaughter, husband, and baby up, and they used that side of the house, which is that field bed, because we never really use that side of the house, for showers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Thank you guys for coming today.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
You're the
It was
best.
fun. See you again soon. We'll see you soon.
The whole second show was all straight out of the waiting room. So
Yeah,
that
I
was
was trying to
awesome.
keep
Thank
up
you
with
all for interacting.
They're
with
good
us.
questions. They're
Thanks.
good questions. Yeah, I try to keep up with them.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
Edifice.
Well, old Myrtle gave y'all some gift memberships there. Hope y'all enjoy a hit. Well, Dr. Scott, it's National Diarrhea Week, you know. It runs till Friday. Coleslaw. Hey, Dr. Scott, what did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved. Coleslaw. Last one for you there, Dr. Scott. There's a new movie about mobile homes, you know. I just saw the trailer. Oh, Dad, burn you. Because, you know.